whenever you meet somebody, you just got to make a decent first impression. And that's the same thing when you get pulled over by police or when you meet people. Just have a decent first impression. You don't have to overdo it, but just have a decent first impression. I remember one time, and it's not the police's fault, they're doing their job, but me and my brother, we were at our house, and our house was we were a little bit younger, our house was a busy intersection. And we were looking through the window of our house, and a police officer had drove by, and he had saw this. So he thought it was suspicious behavior, and it kind of is, and he doesn't know us. So he pulled over and he approached us. He was professional, but he approached us. And he wanted to know what we're doing and this our house, those kind of questions. And, he's just doing his job. Because like I said, he doesn't know us. He doesn't know what's going on. Actually, in actuality, people rob houses. People break in houses. And we're looking in that window. It doesn't look good. I can't remember why we were looking in that window, in our window of our house, but we was. So anyway, we were cool with it. We answered the questions. I can't remember if he asked for IDs or not. And, he was satisfied and he laughed. But in that situation, me and my brother, we just made a decent first impression. He wasn't really suspicious of us. My son one time, he was in our neighborhood, a couple blocks over in our neighborhood, walking a dog. And somebody never seen him before. It was a little late. Somebody never seen him before. So, they called the police. And police officer approached him. And my son, he just made a decent first impression also. The officer doesn't know what's going on. And people don't know what he's doing in that neighborhood. They've never seen him before. He wasn't happy about it, but they'd never seen him before. So he answered the questions. The police officer approached him. He was decent with the police officer. And he answered the question. The police officer let him go. And the people were satisfied. So when he walked to that neighborhood, there was no problems. Sometimes, and I have to admit, I've been pulled over quite a few times. And when I get pulled over, when I'm with my family or by myself, I try to make just a decent first impression. I don't overdo it. I don't kiss ass. I don't put my hands out the window. But I just chill. I just sit there and I chill. My windows are a little tinted, so I roll all my windows down so they're not guessing what's inside my car, especially if I got my family with me. If it's at night, I turn on the interior lights in my car so they can see inside the car, so they're not guessing when they approach. And then when they approach me, I'm cordial. First impression with anybody, particularly with the police, just making a first impression. So when they approach me, I'm cordial. And they ask me questions, I answer them. And then it's all over. We go about our business. And I tell you what, of all the times I get pulled over, whether it's for speeding or whatever it is, I rarely get tickets. I rarely get tickets. I would say, I don't want to exaggerate, but I would say if I get pulled over 10 times, 9 of those times I don't get a ticket. And it's just, and I think in part because I'm just cordial. I'm cordial, respectful. I don't overdo it. If they ask for my ID, I give it to them, but I don't do it until they ask me, and when they do ask me, I tell them where it is. It's in my back pocket, and then they nod to me. I pull it out. Where's your registrations? It's in my glove box, and they nod to me, and I reach for it. I just cordial. You just got to keep in mind. You got to make just a decent first impression. That's just the way life is. Whenever you meet people in business or meet people anywhere, you just make a decent first impression. If I'm approached by anybody, whether it's police or anybody, and I start out with an attitude, I start out with yelling at them, I start out with being uncooperative, then guess what happens to that first impression? Guess what that person probably might think of me? They won't think too well of me. They're not going to respect me because I didn't respect them. So we, particularly as people of color, you just gotta do whatever you can just to make a decent first impression when things happen to you or when the police pull you over, and usually it'll go okay for you.